Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Across the rugged Indian Territory rides a tall young man on a mission of mercy. His medical bag strapped on one hip, his six-shooter on the other. This is Dr. Six-Gun. The National Broadcasting Company brings you another episode in the exciting adventure series, Dr. Six-Gun. Ray Madsen, M.D., was the gun-toting frontier doctor who roamed the length and breadth of the old Indian Territory. Friend and physician to white man and Indian alike, the symbol of justice and mercy in the lawless west of the 1870s, this legendary figure was known to all as Dr. Six-Gun.
Poets have written of the beautiful and romantic signs of the changing seasons. The falling leaves, the dazzling snow, the daffodils of spring. Well, here in the territory we have our signs, but they are most often of a grimmer and less beautiful nature. The bloated bodies of cattle drowned by spring floods, tongues blackened by thirst in the summer drought, the howling of the twisters coming up from Texas. And in the fall, I am the sign of the season. And who am I? Pablo, the gypsy peddler. And this is my friend Midnight. He is a raven, but he too is a sign.
Cold wind. Who's buying the drinks?
You see, winter approaches, and I make my swing of the territory, pushing into the Three Forks country and the Badlands settlements, bringing a last chance to buy my estimable wares before the snows and cold weather close the trails. Occasionally, I am joined on my annual circuit by my good friend Doc Six-Gun, a favor I do not usually return when he is forced to repeat the journey in less pleasant weather. We were riding one evening looking for a sheltered place to camp, when suddenly Doc's horse shied and bucked. Doc, are you hurt?
Get my horse.
Oh, now! Oh, stand there.
Come here, boy. Hey, what's the matter with you?
Are you all right, Doc?
Nothing's broken. What's the matter with this crazy... Hey, stand, boy. Oh, there, what's the matter? Rattlesnake?
Doc, I think I see it.
Huh?
Look, behind that rock. That tree.
Where? What? Oh. Come on.
Better tie the horses.
Can't see it from the trail. He must have smelled it. Maybe they're swinging back and forth.
All right, now, whoa. Stand easy.
Come on.
There is a tree with a bitter crop.
It's dead, all right.
Hang by the neck, why not? What choice did they have?
Give me your knife.
Yes. Stiff. Who is it?
Don't know. Well, they did it clumsy. He's strangled to death.
An Indian, I think.
Hard to tell. Just wearing jeans and a work shirt.
It looks Indian.
Or Mexican, or just a fellow with a sharp nose and dark skin. Must have happened yesterday.
There are many horse droppings here in the clearing. There were, I would say, a dozen horses.
That's about the usual odds.
What do you think happened, Doc?
I know a man was murdered. Come on, there's a shovel in the pack. Give me another stone.
There. Doc, how long will 3 stones piled one on the other last on this trail?
Well, you got to do something. Think we ought to say something?
What?
I don't know. Few words.
Which ones? We don't know who he was. A Mexican who would be a Catholic, or an Indian who is a worshiper of the sun or the moon. Doc, we cut him down, buried him, marked his grave. We have made our point.
Well, maybe we'll find out who he was when we get to Three Forks.
Maybe.
We better get some sleep.
Here?
Why not?
Of course. Why not? And so we hobbled the horses and built a fire and refilled our bottles at the nearby spring. It was a still night with a touch of rawness, and we sat by the fire with our blankets around our shoulders.
Lonely, isn't it?
The trail? It's always lonely.
No, I mean... Look, those stones. In a day, they'll fall over. The next fellow along the trail will build his fire against them and then kick him over in the morning. That's the end of it.
Doc, that is the end of it for everyone. What's the difference whether he's on the trail to Three Forks or behind a white picket fence in some town?
But when there's a gravestone and somebody knows where it is, who cares... Well, it doesn't seem so lonely.
A dead man is a dead man.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. You'd think I'd get over the way I feel when I see somebody dead. I've seen enough of them. You'd think a doctor...
Well, perhaps a doctor is the least to accept it.
Maybe. Well, we better get to sleep.
And in the morning, when I awoke, Doc was standing over the pile of stones.
Hey, Pablo, come here.
Wait till I untie the knots in my back. Oh,
Come here.
What is it? What is it?
Look,
What?
a bowl here by the stone.
What's in it?
Some kind of cornmeal. It was here when I woke up.
What's the clay bottle?
Water. It was next to the bowl.
Any tracks?
No. Thought it'd be hard to tell in the turned earth. We chopped it up pretty good.
I didn't hear anything.
Neither did I.
You were wrong, Doc. Somebody who cares knows where the grave is.
I guess so. Wonder who?
And it could still be either Mexican or Indian. I've seen food left at gravestones on the other side of the river in Texas. And the Apaches leave grave offerings. So do the Paiutes and the Shawnees.
Seems strange. I mean, leaving food and water.
Oh, why stranger than flowers? The dead cannot enjoy fragrance either.
No. Well, we better get riding. We're due into Three Forks this afternoon.
We rode into Three Forks, a metropolis consisting of a row of sod huts, a few adobe buildings, and one frame house that contained the post office, surveyor general's office, sheriff's office, jail, and town hall, all in 4 rooms and an attic. Doc and I split up. I set up shop on the tailgate of a wagon opposite the brown clay building that housed the saloon, and Doc set up shop in the jail, which was the cleanest place he could find. We met that evening in the cantina, where the oil lamps, the dirt tracked in from the street, and the customers combined to give the place a definite atmosphere.
You know, Pablo, every time I get into this place, the Bull Run Saloon back at Frenchman's Ford looks more and more like a palace.
Doc, you are lucky. The coffee you are drinking is merely poisonous. But this whiskey... it defies description. No man in his right mind would touch it.
Then why do you?
Well, it's the only saloon in town.
Say, Pablo, did you hear anything today?
About what?
The hanging, the man we found.
Did you?
Oh, I saw the women mostly, and kids. I didn't get a chance to find anything out.
Nor did I, Doc. I have found that men who take a fellow creature out and leave him hanging in the countryside are, in general, touchy about
Well,
it.
it's been bothering me. I keep thinking
Hey,
that...
Doc.
What?
There's someone behind you.
Yes, what is it?
Señor, ¿es médico?
Sí, ¿qué quiere?
Venga,
¿Qué pasa? ¿Está enfermo?
venga, señor médico, por favor, venga.
Someone must be sick, Doc.
All right. Vengo, senora. Vengo.
The woman led us out of the cantina without another word. She was young, and she would soon be a mother. She walked ahead of us along the street to the edge of town.
She's Indian, isn't she?
I don't know. I can't tell, Doc. No markings on her blanket. I have not seen jewelry like that before.
She's not Spanish. Some kind of dialect, even in those few words.
Horses.
Yeah, she's motioning to us to mount.
Doc, these are our horses. I left them in the corral behind the jail.
Señores, andamos.
Si, pronto. Looks like we ride. Oh, boy.
I don't know why I bother. She's not likely to buy ribbons or needles from me.
There she goes. Up there. Come on, boy.
We rode north from Three Forks along the Varas River and then turned up into the hills. It was nearly dawn when we finally reined in before a cave that disappeared into the hillside and inky black. We dismounted, and the woman took the horses toward a stream that ran about 50 feet away. Doc and I stood in the dark at the mouth of the cave and waited.
Well,
Doc, I think there is someone in the cave. Listen. Hey, you can hear breathing.
there's somebody sick.
Are you going in?
Why not? Hello? Hombre? Yo, medico.
Doctor, I'm here. By the wall.
Pablo, go back to the horses. I've got a lantern in my pack.
No light.
Why not?
They will see. Los Españoles.
You are afraid of Spaniards?
No, I am not afraid.
Doc, the woman is back. She's sitting in the mouth of the cave.
What is it, old grandfather? Are you sick?
I am dying.
I must have light.
The sun will rise soon.
How far back does the cave go?
I do not know.
Suppose I bring my lantern in. If we can hide the light, will it be all right?
It does not matter. I will send the woman.
No, she shouldn't have ridden this far. Let her rest.
I'll go, Doc. I'll be right back.
Well, Hijo, what hurt you?
My heart
Yes?
and my soul.
Do you want the medico or the padre?
I have not left the religion of my fathers for the Spaniards' God.
What is the religion of your father?
It does not matter.
Are you sick?
I am old. I have the coughing sickness you brought to our country 400 years ago.
Oh. You spit blood?
See?
How many years?
Since I was young.
Why do you send for me now?
Because I am dying.
You're Indian, aren't you?
See?
But not from around here.
No.
I have the lantern, Doc. Shall I strike a light?
Back farther in the cave. I'll come back, old man.
I will not go anywhere.
We went back into the cave and lit the lantern, and then Doc and I carried the old man to it. The young woman sat at the mouth of the cave, looking out into the night and listening. Doc examined the old man, and then rolled down his shirt sleeves.
You're right, grandfather. You are dying.
I knew.
Why did you send for me?
For the woman.
Is it her time?
Soon.
Don't you have any people near here?
My people are 1,000 miles away.
Where are you from? What tribe are you?
From Mexico. I am not of a tribe. I am of a nation. A nation at war for 400 years.
War? But
With the Spaniards.
why are you this far north? You should have known you would die quicker in the cold.
Do you ask the rabbit why he runs through the bush when you can hear the growl of the wolf behind him?
And who is the wolf?
The Spaniards. The conquistadores. The men in iron armor who tortured for gold. The seekers after El Dorado, the golden man.
Now, just a minute. What Spaniard?
Cortés, Coronado, De Soto. There are many. They have killed my fathers. They have killed my son. They will kill me and the woman and her baby.
Easy, grandfather. Take it easy.
What is it, Doc?
He's fainted. He's got consumption, starvation. I don't know what else.
What does he mean, the Spaniards? The only Spaniards in the territory are the sheep herders and the padres of the missions in the south.
Delirium, I suppose.
Oh, look, Doc. His eyes are opening.
Oh.
Easy, grandfather, easy.
I want you to promise, when the woman's times come, be with her. The child must live.
All right. Now, just lie back.
He will be the last of the line. If he dies, they will have ended us.
What line, grandfather? Who are you?
The chief.
Sure.
The sun chief. The descendant of the sun god of Montezuma, who was murdered.
Montezuma?
You have never heard of him?
Of course. He was the chief of the Aztecs in Mexico when the Spaniards came.
He was the emperor of an empire that stretched from the Rio Grande in the north, south to Yucatan, and the land of the Mayas. And he died strangled by a Spaniard's hand. The line of Montezuma's blood ends here. The child must live.
Viejo, let the woman come back to Three Forks with me. I can take care of her there.
No, she would not be safe. In town are the Spaniards. They would kill her.
How'll I take care of her then? I can't wait here.
I will send you a message somehow.
What's that?
The sun rises. She is the last who knows the chance of the sun as our fathers worshipped. In the olden times, there were human sacrifices as the sun rose. Go now, but return when it is her time.
And so, with the rising sun at our backs, we rode down out of the hills and back to the settlement of Three Forks. But when we got back to the cantina, there was someone waiting for us. An elegant gentleman with silver sewed to his trousers and a broad cartwheel sombrero of snowy white.
Pardon, senor.
Yes?
You are the Dr. Madsen, are you not?
That's right.
Permit me. I am Don Emilio Maria Colon Iwasca.
How do you do?
I am here in the territory on a mission of some official significance. I have had the cooperation of the marshals of the United States.
Oh, you're after somebody?
Please do not mistake me for a police officer, senor. I am the proprietor of La Hacienda de Los Angeles, a considerable estate. But as a patriotic duty, I have brought 12 of my followers with me. We have been searching for a notorious bandit from our country.
Well, what do you want from me?
We understand that yesterday you were approached by his woman here, and that you rode off with her.
Well?
Senor, where did she take you? Where is she now?
Why do you want to know?
I told you, senor. They are a notorious and bloodthirsty group of bandits. We have come all the way north to bring them back. Luckily, we encountered one of them the other day.
Where?
Outside of town. Unfortunately, he was shot trying to escape.
Oh, a young man, blue shirt and pants, with short black hair and a scar across his nose?
You did see him before, then?
No, I didn't. He was shot trying to escape?
Oh, yes. It was most unfortunate because we wish to bring him back for trial.
Shot? Huh?
Oh, of course.
Then why do you want the woman?
Why? Senor, they are the brains of a desperate group of criminals who have caused trouble for many years in the haciendas of my friends and myself. You will do us a great favor if you will tell us where we can find them.
Senor Ratzka, I'm afraid I am barred from telling you anything by the ethics of my profession.
Of course. Honor. I understand. I am an Hidalgo of pure Spanish descent. I understand these things. Say no more.
The next day, a small Paiute Indian boy on a pony rode up to Doc, dropped a handful of dried fruit at Doc's feet, and rode away before we could speak to him.
That's it. Pablo, that's the signal. The woman's time has come. Get the horses saddled.
Again, we rode up into the hills north of Three Forks to the cave. The woman was inside now. Doc went straight to her. She lay on a blanket on the ground, and she didn't say a word. The old man crouched beside her, and together they waited.
She'll be all right now for a few minutes.
If there were another here, I would not have sent for you.
Your son was in this country, wasn't he?
He was. He is dead.
Did you leave the food at the stone marker?
She did. She saw you bury him. That is why we sent for you.
The men who did it are still in Three Forks.
I know. The Spaniards.
Mexican.
No, Doctor, you do not understand. In the back countries, where the haciendas of Don Vasca and his friends stretch over the countryside, the lords of the land are the Spanish, tracing their line back to the conquest. The people of the villages, the men who starve on their own lands, they are the Indians, my people.
They said your son was a bandit. They had papers from the government.
They are the government in that land.
They told me he was shot trying to escape.
You saw him. You buried him.
Yes. But why does a man of Vasca's position follow you all the way up here?
Because we are the blood of Montezuma.
That doesn't make sense.
Ask them. Ask my son. He comes again.
All right, easy now. Just relax.
Doc, horses!
Not now.
I can see them in the moonlight.
Wait with her, old man.
See.
Call me when it comes again. Pablo, what is it?
Look, see?
About 10 or 12 of them. Vasco.
He probably followed your trail, Doc.
Senor Medico,
What do you want?
I come closer. We want them, the bandits.
There are no bandits here, senor.
Do not shield them, senor. We have come a long way.
Don Vasca?
Yes. Get back to her.
She will call.
Listen, Vasco. There are no bandits here.
You do not understand, senor. We have the papers from the government.
You said the young man was shot.
That's right, trying to escape. Tell them to surrender to us now.
Vasco, you're lying. You hanged him. I cut him down myself.
Listen, senor. Let us be frank. Our haciendas are at war. They have been for 400 years. Always there are some of these bandits in the hills talking, and our people listen and fight and make trouble. We are tired of it, senor. When they are gone up in the hills, those bandits, there will be peace. Tell them to surrender.
Maybe you better, old man. For her and the child.
Surrender? Do you think we would live? You saw my son. They know that as long as the line of Montezuma lives, the people will remember it was once their land. They will fight for their fields and their children.
But the woman and the baby.
The child would be an enemy. The child would be the chief.
All right, senor. You give us no choice. We have the warrant for the old man and the woman. If they are killed resisting us, who can blame us?
Look out, Doc! Pablo, get down. I've got to get back to her. Can you shoot my guns, old man?
As well as you.
Here.
Here, Spaniards! Listen to the voice of Montezuma!
And so in the darkness, the shots rang out. There was no real chance of hitting anybody. In the cave, we were protected. There was only one way to approach, and we had it covered. But Vasca's men spread out and kept up a steady sniper's fire, while at the back of the cave, Doc stayed with the woman.
Doc! Doc, it's getting light.
Pablo, come back here for a minute.
Firing, old man. Here's what is it, Doc?
Here. Hand me the towel when I call for it. Keep it warm under your coat.
Doc, they've stopped firing outside. I don't like it.
Can you hold the lantern with your other hand?
Yes.
Now, Pablo, the towel.
Medico. Medico, mi hijo.
Madre. Mamita. It's a boy. Es muchacho.
Pobrecito hijo.
They come!
Niño.
The Spaniards come! The Spaniards!
Look out, Doc. Vasca's in the cave. The old man is dead.
He shot her.
Drop your gun, Vasca. Now.
You want that?
And don't call your men into the cave or you will be as dead as the old man.
The woman's dead, too. Vasca, you rotten, cold-blooded murderer.
I told you, senor. You do not understand. We must have peace on the haciendas. These Indians are sullen or rebellious. As long as madmen like this run wild in the hills, it makes things difficult for us.
I'll see you on trial for murder, Vasca.
No, senor. We have warrants for these people. They are bandits. They were shot resisting arrest. No one will believe otherwise.
I should kill you myself.
But you won't. The baby is born
A boy.
and left motherless. Ah, a pity. Doctor, I am not without heart. Let me have the child. I will see that he is well taken care of.
Like his father and mother.
Senor, we have come a long way to find this last of the Aztecs. Give me the child.
Vasca, if you harm this baby, or try to, I'll see you hanged here in the territory. You like things nice and legal, don't you? Well, you have no warrant for a newborn baby. Now, you have a count of 3 before we shoot you down.
Ah, senor, you see the way of fate. Who would have thought to procure a warrant for a baby? Well, adios, senor muchacho. We will meet again. Vaya con dia, senor.
Hush. Quiet, little Montezuma.
Doc soon after took a trip south below the border with the baby, and he came back alone. I do not know with whom he left the child, the last of the Aztec chiefs. But it was 10 years after that I heard a strange story. A great man in Mexico, Don Emilio Maria Colon y Vasca, had been found stretched across a stone in the hills with a knife through his heart. And the doctor said he must have died just as the sun rose.
You have been listening to Dr. Six Gun, brought to you each week at the same time by the National Broadcasting Company. Doc Six Gun is played by Carl Weber and Pablo by William Griffiths. Today's script was written by Ernest Kinoy. Heard in the cast were William Keene as the old man, Vicky Vola as the mother, and Danny Acco as Vasca. Dr. Six Gun, a radio production of the National Broadcasting Company, is directed by Harry Frazee.
Dr. Six Gun, starring Carl Weber as the frontier doctor, with William Griffiths as Pablo, the wandering gypsy, has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.